YouTube? It's HollaatTWD. We're back at it again with another episode of HollaatTWD. Today we're talking about the new episode of The Walking Dead, episode 5, Go Getter. I'm by myself today. You know, Lucid decided work was more important than making 2 videos. So let's recap what happened in this episode. So we start off at Alexandria with Rick, Carl, Michonne, and Rick's basically like, hey, this is our life, guys, you know, so we just gotta live like this. Rick decides actually to go scavenge because he has 1 week to get something special for Negan, so I guess we'll wait to see what that's gonna be. And then him and Michonne get a little love in action, so I guess the world likes that. I guess it wasn't all that. It was alright. Anyway, so then we cut back to the hilltop. The hilltop, Maggie and Sasha are there, and Gregory's like, nah, fam, you gotta go somewhere. Now, first Maggie got checked by the doctor. Basically, he said the baby's okay. The baby's fine. You know, his daddy's dead, but the baby's okay. So, yeah. Gregory's like, hey, you said you were going to take care of the saviors. Now they're going to come kill us because they know we were working with you. So, yeah. Basically, he spends the whole episode arguing with Jesus. Jesus is basically like, hey, no, Gregory, we're keeping him here. Maggie's pregnant. I think Jesus might have a little crush on Sasha. So Jesus is probably like, thank you for killing Abraham, Mr. Negan. So now I think we might see a little Jesus-Sasha thing going on. They've been clicking a little bit. So, yeah, that happened. And then, basically, they're just fighting to stay there. Sasha and Maggie. So later on that night, after Gregory's like, hey, you know, I'll let y'all sleep here tonight. Because it was getting dark. He's like, I'll let y'all sleep here tonight. But after that, you gotta go. You gotta go. So they're like, okay. So that night they're sleeping. Then they hear some loud music. They look out the window. The saviors have planted a car inside of the hilltop. And basically, they're like, play the music real loud. They put metal bars over all the windows so they couldn't get inside, and they cut the music off. They set fire to attract the zombies with the light. And they basically ambushed them. And Sasha hops out of their little trailer that Gregory let them stay in and goes all like super Tomb Raider on all the zombies. So she walks up to the car and then Jesus comes to save her. Maggie's like, hey, Sasha's down there by herself. Jesus, go save her. And Jesus, it was really bad. Like, I don't know. Like, Jesus he'll probably have good fight scenes with people, but this little, like, thing they did with him, it looked, I'm not going to say it was bad choreography, but it wasn't as entertaining as we would want Jesus to be. So, yeah, him and Sasha are, you know, like, fighting a little thing, fighting the zombies, the walkers. So they're fighting the walkers. They go over to the car, find out that, you know, the car is closed with metal over all the windows and stuff. So, they go to the back trunk and they see like the middle finger, middle finger, like on the back of the trunk. And they're like, bruh. And then, so Jesus says, hey, we can't get in the car unless at least close the doors, close the gate, so the walkers will stop coming in. So then what happened after that? This girl, pregnant girl, shawty, Maggie. Hold up, let's backtrack. Maggie is the skinniest pregnant person I have ever seen in my life. Like, she doesn't even have no type of gut. So I don't know how that's possible. It could at least gave her a little baby weight, but that's neither here nor there. So, like, basically when Sasha got out the trailer to go stop the walkers, she was like, hey girl, you stay in here, sit down, just let me handle what I gotta handle. So next thing you know, they can't get in the car. They go to close the gate, and here comes Maggie with a big old tractor trailer, runs over the car to stop the music. So they end up killing the rest of the zombies. Next day comes up. They're talking to or Jesus goes to plead with Gregory and say like, hey, they helped save us last night, or they helped save us last night, so we should let them stay. And Gregory's like, nah, fam, you good. They gotta go. Maggie and Sasha bust in there. They're like, so we'll just call last night even. Gregory's like, nah. So yeah, yep. So while they're talking, the saviors come busting in, and they know that if they see Maggie and Sasha there, they're gonna know when Rick's group went to kill the saviors, they directly had like something to do with it. So he's like, yeah, hide them in the closet. So Simon comes in there like, hey, Gregory, let's talk. So basically, he's trying to tell Gregory that he knows that he has some type of dealing with with Rick's group, that people back at Alexandria, and he's trying to like guilt him into telling him what he wants to know, but he won't say it. And I don't know if Simon and them seen Sasha and Maggie help with the walkers, because he never says anything. But so while this is going on, Gregory has this bright idea to say like, oh, well, Simon asked him, is there anything like you want to tell me that you feel like you need to tell me? And basically, Gregory's like, you know what? I do have something to tell you. And if you remember, like, he told Jesus to go put the freaking girls in the closet. So he walks out into the closet and he's like, yeah, he opens the closet and Maggie and Sasha are in there, and it's actually bottles of whiskey that he has, or some type of alcohol. I think it was whiskey. So he's like, yeah, well, here's some whiskey for you. And like when he was walking over to the closet door, Jesus was just looking at him like, you're so wrong. You're a horrible person. So like, yeah. The saviors go through. So Simon's like, thank you. I'm going to tell Negan this is from me. I'm not even going to mention you. So, yeah. And they take all the stuff back to the car, or their RV, or moving trucks, whatever you want to call them. And they take half of the stuff like they always do. That's their trade, is half of the stuff. So then he goes and asks Jesus, where is Maggie and Sasha? And he takes them into his bedroom, and he's like, hey, so I told you to hide them in the closet. And then they're like, nah, you were trying to give us away. Like, so then Maggie just hits him with a smooth punch to the face. And she's like, yeah, never let that happen again. And I don't know why Gregory is so like hell-bent on getting him out of there. But he still wants to go on after this. Meanwhile, back at Alexandria, Enid is freaking trying to sneak away again, you dumb girl. So Enid's trying to sneak away. Carl's like, I'm not saving you no more. Like, I tried to help you. You don't listen. So you do what you want to do. So now Enid climbed the wall and left. She's about to get attacked by this walker, or comes into an encounter with this walker. And next thing you know, this car hits it. And then people are thinking like, who's in this car? It's Carl. This man Carl cannot drive. That's what happens when you don't have the freaking DMV during a zombie apocalypse. You got these little kids out here driving reckless in cars and don't even know how to drive. So Carl he drives, hits this thing, backs back over the zombie and kills it. And he's like, hey, so I thought I would, like, go out for a drive. But Carl was really trying to save Enid. They start walking towards the hilltop because that's where Enid wanted to go. She wanted to see Maggie. And, yeah, they go to the hilltop. They find some skates. I don't know, like they have a little hold hands moment and blase, whatever. So they arrive at the hilltop and they see the saviors taking everything from the hilltop. And Carl's like, yeah, I'm about to go try to follow these trucks back to where Negan is, because I'm going to kill him. Like, I'm going to kill Negan. So, Enid's like, no, come with me. I want to see Maggie. Like, we don't have to do this. And Carl's like, nah, fam. I'm killing Negan. So, he ends up, well, we'll get to that later. So, later on, while they're in the room with Gregory, Jesus and Sasha, they speak after that, and they're like, yeah, let's follow one of these trucks back to where Negan is. Like, Sasha's like, can you find that out for me? So Jesus says, okay, well, I'm gonna hop on one of these trucks. So basically, like, then Enid goes into the hilltop. She's sitting by Abraham's grave when she gets there, and she's like, yo, Enid, what are you doing? How did you get here? So they eat, and then Sasha walks in, and she has this talk with Enid, and while this whole thing with Jesus is formulating, so Jesus, the trucks are leaving, Jesus, like, super dips, hops in the back of the truck, and the whiskey is right there, and he drinks some of it and pours like some of it out, and then he hears this voice say, hey, it's Carl. So it's about to be Carl and Jesus versus the Saviors in the Sanctuary whenever they arrive. It did show some previews, but we gotta wait a couple days, let people's opinions get out there, but we will drop the prediction blog sometimes. But that's Go Getters. That's basically what happened. How do I feel about it? I feel like Carl is getting himself into a situation he doesn't exactly know the extent of it, and Jesus is Jesus. He was my favorite character before this episode. He still is, but I wasn't too enthused about the action that went on. So yeah, it was a pretty okay episode. Like, for the season to have started off so good, I don't think we've had an episode that was like really like, yes. I mean, I guess Service was pretty good, but I guess so it would go the season premiere, which I forgot the name of, then Service, and then Go Getters will be the third best episode of this season. So how do y'all feel about Maggie not looking like too pregnant? And what was another question? Will Carl and Jesus be able to work together once they get to the sanctuary to do something with Negan? I guess the last question could be, will Sasha and Jesus ever have a thing? So, yeah, y'all like, comment, and subscribe. That was my review of Go Getters. So yeah, holla at TWD. We signing out.